Hello YouTube, Robin Hood Bricks here, and it's Brick Call O'Clock. And today we've got a mixed bag of 2 subscriber packages, something from bricklink.com and something else on the bottom. Well, as always, I'm going to start with the subscriber contributions because they're the most important of all. So this one is from George in Tucson, Arizona. And he did email me before sending this, so I've got a good idea what it might contain. But let's have a look. You never know. Might have thrown something else in. Oh, no, there it is. Oh, wow. Oh, my word. It's more than I thought. So George got in touch to say that he had this Dark Forestman. And did I have this one already? And do you know what? I think it's the only one I don't have now. So I think I've got the complete set in the gang and a few that we've made up ourselves. But this is the one that came in the Dark Forest Fortress 6079, of course, from 1996. And he's on the horse to the left in that picture. And he's got this sort of, I don't know, waistcoat sort of thing, we'd call it in the UK, I suppose. Or maybe it's a shirt that's tied together with string at the top, belt and all the rest of it. And he looks great. His hat turned sideways for transport, a red arrow just like me, and a quiver. But he's also got a shiny chrome sword, which looks awesome, and kind of a vine for swinging around on. So that is even more cool. So I knew that was coming, George. Thank you very much for that. That really does complete the set. I think I don't need any other contribution toward this. But then he's also sent something else. Oh, I don't usually go for all the stuff first, but in this case, George, I couldn't help myself. I will read the letter in one moment, but this is another of the lady forest women. So you've actually got a second one there using her that torso piece. It's incredibly hard to get a hold of. I'm not sure if that's the original head that came with it. I don't think it is. I think this one was the right one, but maybe there was different variations. I'm not sure, but either way, it is period appropriate, so that is all right. And we want some variety after all, so maybe that's exactly what you've done, and you've explained what I've just explained in your letter. But let's get to it now. We have got, oh, and a catalogue. That's very nice. That's probably got all this in it. But again, I'm leaping ahead. Oh, wow. Pictures and a letter. Hello, Robin. We love your channel after stumbling on it back in 2019 while looking at ideas for Lego train cars to build for my boys. Well, I've definitely helped you out there, I'm sure, with my trains playlist. Since then, we've enjoyed seeing all of your creations and the creative use of various pieces. My 3 kids love watching your videos, with my oldest being fascinated with the GBC. Good taste. And my middle loving all the tours of the city. Yeah, definitely the best videos, those. The oldest son is planning to build a blue railroad bridge just like yours once his trains are unpacked and rebuilt. Yeah, that is a great build. The middle one is obsessed with trucks and is looking at creating camper vans and trailers inspired by yours in the fairgrounds. And enclosed, you'll find a few of our old Lego minifigures. Having grown up in the 80s and 90s, my brothers and I collected all the castle sets and had a duplicate of both figures. Wow, lucky you. We felt they could be best appreciated by yourself and your viewers. I couldn't find the correct head or green do-rag that went with the female minifigure. No, that's fine because we've got one now. So yeah, it's good to have variety. So I grabbed a head and hair from an old Paradisa character. Thought so. Feel free to swap it out. No, I think that's absolutely perfect, actually. The photos are of the kids' trains at our last house, a cattle car I built for them for their train, and my boys building castles after our most recent move. I look forward to seeing your new creations. So that is Theo, 7, Cam, 6, Ava, 2, and George, 41. Maybe I should have kept that age, but I'm going to have to show it because your photos are all around the letter. So what do we got here? We've got a great big kind of mine, it looks like. And, or kind of hideaway, is it? And river setup. But I like that with all the old river base plates. That is really cool. I thought about doing that right at the beginning, using the actual official river base plates for my River Trent. But it's just the lack of sort of variety and movement in them that sort of hindered that. But that's really interesting. I like that. Good use of old parts. Oh, there's a close-up. Yeah, it does look like a hideout, actually. I think that might be, or is it? is it a castle? It's hard to tell if it's one of those sort of old Lone Ranger sets or if it's actually a castle one. But yeah, very interesting there. Oh, wow, there's a long snaking train. And we've got some really old ones. I think that's from the old car transporter set. That is very cool. Oh, that's the sort of thing I used to look at catalogues. And there's some cars on the back of one there with a green sort of bed. I like that. A yellow and grey one there. Green one that I recognise there. Red one and blue hopper ones. They're the official sort of My Own Train ones, I think. Yep. Oh, and I like your cattle wagon. And we've got a close-up of that in a minute. So... oh, I like that with the sliding door in the middle and the two sort of fence kind of sections on the sides. Like it. And then another box car, it looks like. And then some container wagons at the end, I think. So there's the close-up of your cattle wagon. And that seems to be with the roof taken off. I mean, that's the problem with some of these more realistic ones. You know, when you take the roof off, it looks good and you can see inside. When you've got the roof on, you can't really tell anything's inside. But... yeah, that is very cool, actually. Oh, and with a working door as well. Yeah. Oh, you seem to have a dinosaur in there, though. Even better, it's a dino transporter. And there is... oh, yeah, it's the building of the castles you mentioned. So it is a castle. Very good indeed. Well, thanks so much, George, for those. You have got the prestigious accolade of actually completing the set of, I think, all of the castle minifigures. And do you know what? I never thought when we started out that that would ever be the case. I thought I'd try and get all the different sort of normal coloured ones, but now we've got all the special ones as well. And do you know what? If we have a quick look in this catalogue to the castle page, oh wow, this is cool. I'm going to spend some time looking at this. Got the old train set there. That is very nice. I can't even remember seeing that one before. Oh yeah, it's the weird sort of carriage one with the weird sort of opening... doors on the sides for the passengers. Very odd, that one, but well worth a look if you don't know it. Loads of old plane sets and city sets. What I'm looking for, though, Aqua Zone. Wow, they're cool. Oh, and there's the Aqua Sharks baddies. Very cool. Is this? Yeah, there we go. There's our man with his silver chrome sword and his swing rope. That is absolutely perfect. Look at that. Straight out of the catalogue. That is perfect. Oh, brilliant. So, if we got the set that he was in on here. Yeah, there it is. That's it, isn't it? Yes. Slightly different picture. Or mirrored, maybe. Don't know. But anyway, but there he is. Oh, that's brilliant. So maybe I should try and have him swinging in. Maybe he's the guy that tries to steal the show away from Robin. But that's very good. He could even be swinging alongside his female colleague there. Compatriot, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, they're hard to stand up for some reason. There we go. Brilliant. Oh, so that is a great backdrop. I might put that behind them, actually. That's really fun. Okay, cool. Right, well, thanks again, George. There's your shout out. And also to the gang of Theo, Cam and Ava. The next one is this one. And you can send something if you want to the channel, to the usual P.O. Box address, as George did. And this one was slightly concerning, because although it is coming to the P.O. Box, it actually says that it's from the family court, which makes me worry. There's not a family that I don't know about from my past. Oh, dear. So, yeah, this will either be the most embarrassing legal summons ever, or it is actually a Lego orientated packet, because I don't think anyone else would use that address. But yeah, there's quite a lot of paper in here. So we've got loads of pictures, it looks like, and a letter, which says at the top, stacked and packed. Hello, Robin. It's time I showed you what real packed and stacked looks like. Oh, wow, that's a challenge. I was sent via Lego a couple of those supplementary packs, so I decided to make something with all the parts I don't need. The whole thing is built on the side-mounted 16x16 black plate and then built up from there using brackets and plates used as shelves. I later added more stuff from Bricklink and then extended it. The whole diorama is based on an overstuffed junk shop selling everything, or an old-style antique shop. There are 10 frogs, a toy rabbit, a pink pig, ice cream, ice lollies, hats, skulls, fire, water spouts, tapes, records, coral, food, chains, wands, and a whole lot more. I chose black to make the items stand out and as many colourful items as I could. The whole mock is called Mr. Tompkins' Colourful Collection of Curios, which is a great name. I hope you have fun spotting stuff as you look around. I was also inspired by what you did in your outdoor shop in the shopping centre, so you can even see a kayak in the corner. All the best. Take care. Barry, aka Audiotron 1003. P.S. I went on the desktop site of YouTube and still couldn't find an email address, so I printed these out instead. Well, thanks for doing that. Yeah, I think you have to click on something that says reveal email address. A few people have found it difficult. It might be that they've now removed it. You know what YouTube's like, changing things all the time. But I think, well, I don't like to generally put it up somewhere more visible because otherwise I'll get loads of spam junk mail. But I can say it. I think it's Robin Hood Bricks, all one word, at yahoo.com. Yeah. Now, if that's wrong, Robin will probably be telling you that that's wrong and I've made a mistake. But if he isn't, then basically that's it. But let's look at the Barry's Curios. Wow, that is packed and stacked with absolutely... I mean, it's almost like how my undersea scene's going to be, I think, with just so much colour. Got some interesting orange fish and all the rest. Your printer's really good. It's really captured all the bright colours. Oh, and there's the back of it, I see, with a black plate. Yeah. And, yeah, close-ups. Yeah, it is quite fun, isn't it? I like these pipes with the little green things sticking out with different angles and a snake and all sorts of stuff like that. It really does make me think of that underwater scene, very much so. Yeah, I'm surprised if this guy can find anything when his customers come in to buy them. Well, a little cap stuck on top of the coral piece there. And the wands all upside down for sale. And yeah, there's the kayak. Flippers, big flipper supply. Yeah, looks like it's part diving shop as well, really. There's the bunny at the back. Obviously, you've got pineapples in there. White frog, blue parrot, guitar, boombox. Yeah, and there's the vinyl. So yeah, a brilliant shop. Very, very colourful indeed. I like the fact that you've made it packed and stacked. So yeah, thanks for sending those in. And yeah, you don't have to send bricks into the channel. If you want to send in a letter or some pictures of what you've been building, or maybe one of my builds in your city, that is always greatly appreciated. So brilliant, that's good. Right, on with the show. So I finally gave in and went to Amazon and bought a completely useless Meet the Minifigures book. And the only reason I did that was because of the exclusive rock singer minifigure inside. I've never got one of these books before, and it seems the entire first section is just a great big box to enclose that minifigure, and then there's very few pages afterwards, which I'm not particularly interested in reading, but I shall donate that to my local charity shop so somebody can enjoy it without the wonderful minifigure. So yeah, a bit of an extravagance, given it was all just for this fella here, but with those unique sort of ripped jean knees, or are they sort of flashes of lightning? Can't really tell. The torso, which I have had before, which I think was on the Picker minifigure wall, Builder minifigure tower, but the main bit is just that head, that wonderful sort of David Bowie-esque sort of marking on it with a smile on one side, but the crooning, singing rock face on the other. And I just thought, oh, he has to join the band in my city on the top of the jazz club on the roof, which we just moved very successfully. And he's sort of really rocking out, holding the microphone stand and using it as a prop as well, in a real rock star styley. So yeah, extravagance there, but that's the benefit of running a Lego channel, is that every now and then I get to use some of the YouTube money to do something that I wouldn't ordinarily do. So anyway, that's great. So that's 3 things done. And now the main event, which is my package from bricklink.com. Ah, yes. Looking forward to getting in here because we've got loads of pieces for loads of projects. It's not the biggest box that I get, but it is absolutely rammed full, I think, because the order was pretty big. Yeah, it's absolutely to the brim. So there's some stickers. Oh, and a beautifully packed order. Oh, it's always very nice to receive when it's like that. So, yeah, let's start going through all of this. So we might as well start with that sticker sheet. This is from the set 41701, Street Food Market from 2022, which is a friend's set, of course. And I didn't desperately want this, but I thought some of them, especially the sushi ones, could be useful in my new Ninjago city when I get to that, just with all these sort of prawns and sort of Chinese iconography and stuff for menus just on boards somewhere, and maybe somebody can be having a plate of nachos with some guacamole on or something like that. So it's more for that scene really, and these bright ones, maybe that sort of sandwich sort of face, I don't know, but or is it a wrap? But anyway, I thought those would go really well in that scene, and it was 50p. So yeah, not a desperately needed purchase, but nonetheless one that I'm happy to add a bit more colour and flavour. Now this, oh golly, how's he managed to do that? He must have one of those plastic sealing sort of things, machines. But yeah, in this order we'll see a lot of yellow pieces, and that's because I've been buying for Under the Sea in the deep sea cabinet, of course. So these are just normal panels mostly. We've got one with a nice sort of radar, well, I suppose it'd be sonar type picture on it. And now that one came, if you're interested, from the 60092 Deep Sea Submarine from 2015, and Deep Sea Explorers line. I don't need it for my build, and it's been put pretty diagonally, as you can see. Not that it matters too much, to be honest, but I'll probably move that so I can use it elsewhere because, well, a sonar screen, you can never have too many of those. I think I'm going to cut through these bits of plastic to save a bit on time. So I needed some tiles for my undersea builds. Got lots of 1x2 plates for undersea builds and other stuff as well. Bigger plates. So the dark tan ones are for the biscuits. That will be the base layer of the levels 3 and 4. And the black ones, I was just completely ran out. So if I'm going to do any more train builds and things like that, I need some black 2x6s and 8s. Those are for those undersea builds. I mean, I think this guy had really good prices, so I was just stocking up on a lot of other pieces whenever they were a good price. So 1x8s there, 1x6s there, just throw all those out. 1x10s it looks like there. 1x1s, ooh, that's a cutty one, there we go. Loads of yellow ones needed for the many builds coming up. Now here's some more interesting pieces. Now I thought for my next undersea base I'd have some more hazard signs, and rather than using my normal 1x4 tile, I saw these ones just slightly different with a sort of arrow kind of pointing in or maybe out to sort of a safe area from a hazardous one, and they've got these sort of pipes on as well, and they're printed. So yeah, I thought they'd make a really good bit of variety for under the sea. Now they came on the set 7773 Tiger Shark Attack from 2007, which was an Aqua Raiders set. So yeah, I just haven't had any of those in my city, so that was a really good purchase. Then we've got some quite weird ones, again for the Ninjago area. Now these come in two different colours from the same set. This a lime dragon kind of eating its own tail, and this blue one, which makes me think of that, what's it called, a Ouroboros? Ouroboros, I don't know, that sort of mythical snake eating itself sort of logo. And are these stickers or are these printed? Oh, these are printed as well. So I've got 2 blue and 2 lime. And they all came with the Overwatch set, 75971, Hanzo versus Genji from 2019, where they're kind of in the disc shooters. I was going to say stud shooters, but obviously it's disc shooters. So I don't really know what that set's about, what Overwatch is much about, but I just thought these were quite good adverts or something, maybe a sign for that scene. And that one's very off-center. That's... You know, you'd have thought that was a sticker badly placed, but it really doesn't feel like one. I think they're printed. That's quite off-centre. Bad Lego. Yeah, don't like that one. Anyway, so that's good. Then we've got this nice 2x2 tile, which is, well, I thought that was Sensei Wu at first glance, but it's not. It's Mechlock. Which is kind of the mech version of Murloc in the Nexo Knights world, as this came in set 70357, Nighton Castle, and it's basically the face of that orange mech on the right there. But that is a crazy cool set with all sorts of stuff going on there. I really like that. But I just thought this would be for a TV screen, for an advert or something like that, as people are sort of walking past in this dystopia, being, you know, told to buy something by a TV screen, or maybe it's somebody trying to get entry through a coded door, and the security guard is sort of peering at them through a video screen or something like that, because it's very sort of liney and grainy, but I think that is great. So looking forward to using that on a future project. So ideas for that maybe. One hidden side eye, because I needed another one to make a pair. Then we've got a Dr. Inferno kind of symbol. Just bought that up for a few pennies. That's on a few sets, including the 8969 Four-Wheeling Pursuit from 2009. And that's the one with Dr. Disaster in his orange helicopter. And I really like the sort of toxic bomb stickers that are on those lime pieces there. They look really good. So when I looked at that in the catalogue, I put those on one of my wanted lists, though they are very few and far between. So yeah, I don't hold out much hope for getting many of those. Definitely not for a good price either. Anyway, yeah, some good printed and stickered pieces there. Bit of colour in here. We've got some bamboo pieces in lime. More of those flower pieces that I always promised to stop buying in pink. And a couple more in medium azure as well, with a 5-petaled style. So that's very good. And a couple of trash cans or waste bins. And I just didn't have these colours. I think they came on a recent friend set. There's this lime one and this neon yellow one, and that will fluoresce actually, though I don't know if I want to use it under UV light. But anyway, it's very interesting. Mild thoughts of sort of using it as a section of gun barrel or something for a big SSP weapon or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, they weren't very expensive either. Oh, talking of neon pieces, we've got some inverted slopes for under the sea builds. We've got these. Now, these are the vital ones I need for finishing off my undersea pyramid. Based on the Scorpion Pyramid, of course, for the corners going up each way. So there's a few of those. So that is absolutely vital. So I think we might have enough pieces for that now. But also some nice, quite a few nice ones of these in neon orange that can represent sort of lava flows around maybe a deep sea vent, or sort of, pulling apart of tectonic plates and all the lava sort of popping out. So that, I think, will make for an undersea scene, and that will obviously glow under the UV light like crazy. So I'm really looking forward to that. We've got some red 2x2 round plates. I think that's for sort of diving tanks and so on. Oh, sorry, lady, I've taken her out. We've got some, oh, wow, yes, this is very prescient of me. I've got some more red and blue tiles for even more red and blue flashing lights on builds for the SSP. Oh, absolutely loads of those. So I'm back stocked up because I used absolutely every last one in that SWAT tank type thing. Some more plates, 1x3s there. Some 1x1s in old grey. They are vital for the Rust Tower that will be expanding Brick Nottingham's castle. Lovely. I think I might have all the parts for that as well now. Random parts for under the sea. More sort of bendy arm pieces in orange and in trans neon orange. Yeah, a couple more bits and bobs in brown and so on. We've got some 1x1 round transclear tiles. Therefore, the lights for under the sea. I need an absolute loads of those for all the bases to sort of appear to be lighting up the depths at the very least. And loads of steering wheels for all of those tanks, because we're going to need loads and loads of air tanks. And a couple of these for a build that I probably will not tell you about yet. Ladder pieces for those under the sea bases as well, so people can kind of get into doorways and stuff when they're floating around on the deep sea currents. Very good. Now this has got some very interesting parts in it. So we've got 2 Ninjago characters, which I've got in my City Brick Nottingham, but I also want to have in my Ninjago city. So we've got Henry and Lauren here, both from the set 70615 Fire Mech from 2017, which is a very muscular looking mech, I must say. But these characters are just great, and they've got great expressions and great torsos as well. So they'll be perfect in my Ninjago city when I get on with that. Don't hold your breath, people. Then I've got loads of Alien Conquest heads they seem to have without any of the bodies. But I thought, okay, well, if it takes buying all the pieces separately to do army building, then I can handle that. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of the trooper head. We've got 1, 2, 3 of the pilot head. We've got a pilot legs and a trooper legs. And we've got the alien villainess kind of skirt piece from Series 8, of course. So, yeah, they can help me build up some more Alien Conquest aliens. And if we look at my bag that I already had of part figures, I do actually have 2 part pilots already who just need heads. So there we go. We've already created 2 more. And then, well, they'll be able to pilot future ships that will join the swarm in the top corner of the Lego room, or maybe we'll have them all lined up sort of I was thinking I'd have them lined up like Star Wars style, you know, when the Emperor comes down and all the stormtroopers are just in endless lines, just have a scene like that. So I don't know if that's a good idea or where that would go, but anyway, I'm still army building these guys because they're cool. Then we've got this lovely visor piece. And that is from the character Macy. I think we've got this one before, but it's she was in 70319, Macy's Thunder Mace from 2016, sporting this. So I do like that. So we can have a couple of knights in my castle scene wearing that. We've got this shield ×2. And that's just so I can have a different faction with a kind of different shield type. And these were from the Series 17, Elf Maiden. So, yeah, I think I've already got that character. So I've got one of those shields. So I can have a sort of contingent of 3 people with these shields going to the joust competition. And I don't know if they'll need to be elves as such. They could just be regular people. There we go. Then this lovely flag, which I hadn't seen before, that says Crazy Monsters on it, on both sides. And I thought, yeah, Crazy Monsters, I'm in. I'll have that flag. So that came in the set 8182 Monster Crushers from 2009, which is a tiny turbo set which has got sort of 4 monster trucks going around smashing stuff up. That looks very much a precursor to all the stunt sets that we've had more recently. Maybe that's where I use this. I don't really know. Ideas for that perhaps. Or maybe it's just for somebody to carry around on Halloween. Who knows? But I liked it, so I got it. Then we've got a few heads, so let's just make a little pyramid, or rather tower of those. So the top one's just sort of a scarred baddie lady. In fact, she was a goodie, actually, given that she was the character Anne Lee in the Monster Fighters line, including in set 9467, The Ghost Train from 2012. Anne Lee, you wouldn't like me when I'm Anne Lee, so I think that's the joke there. So that's her face with that scar on, like that. Then we've got the very smiley face underneath, but I much prefer the kissy face on the other side, and that is from the Series 12 Fairy Tale Princess. And that looks mildly scraped if you ask me, or maybe it's just misprinted, but yeah, I think I've got better ones of that, so that looks, yeah, a bit suboptimal. But anyway, and then we've got this character who's very bold looking, isn't he? He's the character Archibald Hale. Which came in only the set 7327, Scorpion Pyramid from 2011, which is one I'm basing my undersea pyramid on. And the reason why I got this is just because he looks the absolute spit of my friend Matt. That is literally Matt. Down to the little goatee, the glasses, and even the expression, quite frankly. Sorry, Matt. Anyway, that's you in Lego form, so I had to buy that. So that will make for a fun character in my city. Wow, loads more bags to go. Oh, yeah, I should be able to do loads of undersea stuff now. Oh, that's a bag with bags in it. This one's got more of these sort of steering wheel pieces and trans orange pieces. Very good. More bricks in yellow. Lovely. Need those. More tiles, plates in yellow and dark tan and black. And more in tan and yellow. Lovely, lovely, lovely. More in... Oh, now these are really important for an upcoming submarine kind of amended build. So I might do that soon because I'm pretty interested in doing that because it involves magnets, more rare earth magnets, and we're going to be doing something that's crossing the boundary across 2 levels of the glass. And that's always popular, so I'll do that very soon. Yeah, I think I need all these yellow ones for that. And there's one red one. And that is going to actually modify a very old build, an old castle build actually, that I got almost all the parts from Russ when he sent in one of his big packages. And essentially this, and I think another part in this order, or there it is, I can see it, this and this, so you can probably work out from those two which little build I'm talking about. I can completely piece together. They were the only two missing, and they'll make up some of my castle scene. So yeah, thanks again, Russ, for that. Got a couple of these for another little sort of steamroller type build that I'm piecing together. This is stickered, yeah. Just like the shark logo on there. Oh, is that damaged? I think that's damaged. That's a bit of a shame, those white bits. But the main body of the shark's still there. Probably still be able to use it. Might just cut him out or something like that. Maybe I can cut him out, avoiding that damage, something like that. I just wanted him for some sign somewhere. I don't know where I'm going to use a sort of lime-coloured shark head. But anyway, that came from the set 7967, Fast. Yeah, that's all it's called, Fast, from 2010, which is a power racer set with a sort of air-powered car, which looks pretty fun. Not sure how effective it was, sort of bashing that air thing and then it's sort of puffing it into the oblivion. So you'll have to tell me if you ever had that, how useful that was. But yeah, just a nice image really, rather than for the piece underneath. More yellow and grey. I've got all sorts of modified bricks in here, like the ones with the ridges on, the Technic ones with the pin on, the ones with the bar on. They're quite hard to get, actually, weirdly, in yellow. The ones with the studs on. Yeah, so absolutely all sorts for these undersea builds. Plates. Where's my knife gone? There we go. And there's some with... oh, no, and bracket pieces as well. Yeah, lots of those as well. Some of those for attaching other things on. Now, this isn't for undersea plants. I think this was going to be for a big sort of lighting rig. So we'll have loads of little lights clipped onto those. A few of those and a few of these. Can't even remember what they're for. Yeah, obviously something quite important. Some of those brackets. Yeah, all sorts going on really. Then we've got more bricks in old grey. So that should definitely finish off the Rust Tower. And talking of the Rust Tower, here we go. Lovely. We've got one more wall piece, and this is the one with the patterning on, which is really important just for a bit of variety, because otherwise you get just a huge wall of old grey, and, well, it's just not very exciting, quite frankly. So this will break it up no end. So that's really nice. Glad to have that. And two of the corner ones. So this is probably the final pieces of the Rust Tower. I'll have to check, but that is great to have. Get rid of some bags. Technic pins. I don't need to tip all those out yet, but there's the half pins. I must have run out of those. There's that flag again. We've got some interesting pieces for under the sea. Got some sort of poles for holding things up. Some long antenna aerials in this trans neon green or yellow, depending on how you look at it. Some tentacle pieces or dinosaur tail pieces, and these lovely sort of macaroni pieces in lime. I don't think I've had them in that colour before. We've also got some big bricks in yellow and in old grey for the Rust Tower and for my under the sea bases. Oh yes, I'm really looking forward to doing those. There's going to be loads of stuff spanning different levels. It's going to be great. More plates. Oh, the 1x4s in that one. And the last bag, which has got lots of interesting stuff in it. We've got this big black piece, which I just loved for the sticker, because it's, can you see that? It's kind of mirrored, but kind of hologrammy with all the colours of the rainbow in it. And I just thought, oh, that's great. So I might remove it from this piece using my patented hot tea technique. Or I might just rearrange it on this one, but use it as a sort of a vertical advert or side of a door or something, I'm thinking, or even an interesting Ninjago sort of roof feature, because they have all sorts of spiky bits on roofs and things. But it's kind of like an outline of an antenna, almost like one of these. In fact, almost identical, isn't it? But with all these sort of, I don't know, electric circuitry sort of detail to it. Anyway, I just thought that was lovely. Lovely, lovely. So that came off the absolutely staggeringly huge 7644, the MX-81 hypersonic operations aircraft from 2008, which is a bit of a mouthful. It was a big old Mars mission set. And wow, it's very interesting, isn't it? It looks like it kind of splits into two sections or something. I know it sort of has a gantry that it can lower down and that little buggy can drive off it. But is that all it does? You'll have to tell me in the comments section if you had that set and you know what else it does apart from dropping off the buggy. But this part was on the Alien Commander's vehicle side of things. And there's some other curved ones, but I couldn't get those. So yeah, that's really nice though. I like it. Then what else have we got? Loads of corrugated pipe pieces in purple. They'll be for Under the Sea, no doubt. One of those. Don't ask me. This is from an agent set with a mission brief. Now, I got the piece. Oh, and it's got a vent on the other side as well. I got the dark blue panel piece to go at the bottom of a subway staircase, because we'll be doing one of those in the brand new area that I just basically liberated by doing that cunning little scheme with the road plates. And this will be a nice sort of dark bottom to that stairway. But if I can salvage this sticker with this kind of whiteboard on, it's kind of a branded mission brief whiteboard and this vent piece on, then I will. And then I can use it in a future goodie base of my own, because I've always threatened to do one mounted to a train and never have. Then I've got these pieces, which are kind of panel pieces in yellow for my base and translight blue for the window sections. And these ones are really hard to get hold of. There aren't many because they're only on two sets, two airport sets really. So I think they're quite in demand, including 6396 International Jetport from 1990, where they're all on the control tower, of course. But yeah, I hope to get a few more of those just so I can have kind of yellow, blue, yellow and blues, just sort of thin windows repeating. I think that'll look really, really good. So I shall put those on there. Got this sort of buggy, sort of cockpit part, kind of bucket seat. It's actually part 30149. It was on two Indiana Jones sets in this colour, including the very awesome 7683, Flight of the Flying Wing from 2009, which is a set I always kind of wanted, but it's a bit hard to use. It's kind of a very old looking, kind of stealth bomber shaped aircraft. And if you remember that scene in the film, Harrison Ford's character is trying to escape the Slytherin base in that craft after turning off the tractor beam, of course. So that's where that came from. Then we've got a door from the mine set saying security. That's the set 4204. The city set from 2012, where this must be where all the gold is stored, I suppose, so the miners can't pilfer any. And I was going to do that set as part of my city in that corner of the room that we've been working on last time. And essentially, I don't think I'm going to have room for it now in amongst all of the modulars, but I was thinking it could go underground itself, and rather than being the sort of link to the underground, could be part of the underground scene and actually link to another further underground bit that's, you know, somewhere else. And maybe the link between the surface level and that underground level is just somewhere else outside the reaches of the Lego room. So tell me what you think of that. But I think as a backdrop, that sort of mine scene and then have loads of stuff going on in front of it might actually be a positive thing rather than a negative. So anyway, I've got an additional security door, which might actually be going on an undersea base, actually. And the final part for Under the Sea is this corner panel with this lovely logo on with an old-fashioned sort of bubble submarine. And I'm going to be getting a lot of these corner pieces. I've got a few already because I want to make, well, I'm not going to tell you, but something else for Under the Sea as well. So this corner one came on two sets, including 6441, Deep Reef Refuge from 1997, which was part of the divers line, of course. You'll be not surprised to hear. And that is the end of our haul. So, wow, absolutely wonderful. So we've had two fantastic minifigures from George and the gang, Theo, Cam and Ava. We've also had Barry send in his contribution of the pictures, which will get mounted to the fridge and shared with Mrs. Hood and so on. Thank you very much for sharing your very packed and stacked build there. Also, thanks to George for the lovely catalogue. That's really nice. Very glad to have my rock singer bit of an extravagance this time, so thanks to everyone who's a Patreon member or a channel member for helping fund that. And then a wonderful haul from bricklink.com with, I think this might be my favourite piece actually. It's absolutely great in real life. I hope it's transferring to you through the camera, but also loads of really interesting pieces. And most of the ones that aren't interesting are going to enable about the next 10 builds, I think. So, yeah, I say that a lot, but this time I really do mean it. So, yeah, and some nice trimming bits for the undersea aliens and other scenes as well. So, yeah, a very good haul indeed with some pretty interesting pieces. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more awesome LEGO videos. And if you value this channel, there are many ways in which you can support it. Do check out the links in the description below. And if you want to send something to a future brick haul like George and Barry did, you can by sending it to the usual PO Box address marked 30 euros or dollars or whatever it is your currency is or under, and then it will fly through customs if sent from abroad. And next time on Robin Hood Bricks, well, I've got so many pieces, I'm a bit sport for choice, but I do fancy doing that submarine build with magnets in it next. So I'll see if when I've cleaned all these pieces, if I've got everything I need to do that. But whatever we get up to, I'm sure we'll have great fun. So until then, see you! Oh.